what's up, XFL and Roughnecks fans? My name is Colin Watkins, and welcome to the very first episode, the introduction episode to the Roughnecks Analyst podcast, hosted by yours truly, Colin Watkins. And I know, don't get disappointed. This episode isn't about content. I wouldn't say we're really covering any news or the good stuff we want as XFL or specifically Roughnecks fans. This episode isn't about that. This episode is about the introduction. I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about me. Who am I? Who is Colin Watkins? And what am I doing here? What are my plans? It's going to be a quick, don't worry, it's going to be quick. So, first and foremost though, thank you for watching. If you are watching this, more than likely, if you came from Twitter, Instagram, or just found me on YouTube, thank you for spending your time and clicking on this video, because you could be watching like billions of other videos right now, but you're watching this one, so thank you so much. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Right now, I think I'm the only subscriber on the channel, so hey, you have a chance. You watching this have the chance to be the very first real subscriber. If you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know how it is owning a YouTube channel for early on, you want subscribers, so you can be the very first one. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. I'll talk all about good stuff later. But anyways, once again, my name is Colin Watkins, and I run this Roughnecks Analyst sort of brand. So we have the Roughnecks Analyst podcast, which is you are watching right now clearly, and I also run Roughnecks Analyst Twitter and Roughnecks Analyst Instagram. Now, Colin, why are you doing this? Well, it's plain and simple. I love the Houston Roughnecks, and I just love the XFL in general, but specifically the Houston Roughnecks. First of all, I got my sweatshirt on, my hoodie on, because all my Roughnecks shirts are dirty. So I'm real hot here. The fan is off. I'm burning up. We got the Roughnecks flag right behind me. Got to add that decoration, And take a look at this. My sister took this on her Polaroid camera. I wonder if I'm the very first person to be wearing this a Roughnecks shirt on a Polaroid camera. I can't be. Look at that. MVPJ, one of my favorite Roughnecks shirts. To respect the GOAT, PJ Walker, my favorite quarterback of all time. No joke. I'm not joking around when I say I love the Houston Roughnecks. All right? So, a little bit about me. What am I doing? Well, I am going to be a freshman, actually, in less than a month. I'm going to be a freshman at the University of Houston studying or majoring in journalism. Specifically, I want to do sports journalism. So this is all right up my alley. I truly love doing this, whether it be social media or podcast or Twitter, all that stuff. It's what I want to do as a career. So I figured, hey, might as well start off in it. I did it in high school. I have multiple other somewhat successful YouTube channels. So I said, hey, let's follow my passion. People, make sure you follow your passion. Just a quick little mental break. Follow your passion. That's what I'm trying to do here. So that's really what I'm here doing. I have ran a spring football account before. You may or may not be familiar with it. Spring Football Analyst. That's where I covered mostly USFL stuff. But I figured it was way too much for me to do all 8 teams of a league. So that's why I went to my favorite football team, the Houston Roughnecks. Well, Let's be careful, though. We may not be called the Houston Roughnecks. May not be called the Roughnecks. Maybe called something else. But it doesn't matter, folks. We still love our Houston football, Houston XFL football around here. So, the goal for this channel or this brand is whether you are a Houston XFL fan or just non-Houston XFL fan or even a non-football fan, really. I want you to just enjoy the content, on this channel, whether it be the podcast, the interviews, the content on Instagram, Twitter. I just want you to enjoy it, and hey, maybe you can, maybe you can become a Roughnecks fan or a Houston fan. I don't know, that's getting a little ahead of myself, right? But that's really the goal for this channel, and specifically the podcast. I do believe the podcast is going to be the bigger part of this channel. Sorry for my hair, by the way. Keep fixing it. I swam today, so it ruined it. I had it fixed earlier, but swimming ruined it. But I want this podcast to sort of be the main focus around this brand, this Roughnecks Analyst brand that I created. So I want, all of my Instagram content, Twitter content to be focused around this podcast right here. And you may be asking, Colin, what are your plans for the podcast? First and foremost, I want to do interviews, and I want to do good interviews, good quality interviews. So, for example, right now, we're at the beginning of the season. XFL draft is in November. Right now, my focus is wanting to bring in XFL draft in, guys who got invited to the XFL draft. I want to bring them onto here because I think that would be so cool to bring insight on what it's like to almost be playing for the XFL. Like, they are one step away from that dream of playing in the XFL. What's that experience like? What's that mindset like? So I want to get some of them, almost right away, almost in the next coming episodes of this podcast. I want to get them on here. All right, that'd be really cool. And as the season goes on, I want to become more just Roughnecks focused or Houston focused, and possibly interview, or not possibly, definitely interview Houston guys, Houston players, Houston fans even. Maybe some of y'all want to come and get interviewed as a fan perspective. All of that stuff I want to play around with, and I want to have fun with. I watch guys like the Mark Cast. They have a great thing going over there. I love watching them. They honestly inspire me to do this because it proves how good of a community that spring football has. The spring football community is great, so I want to sort of join that community because it's just such a great community. Guys like Roughnecks Zone on Instagram. I followed him for 2 years. He's a huge inspiration to me as well. But I do have a lot of plans for this because me. I also like to dive into the stats. I don't know how to say this. I love to dive deep into the stats about the data about football. All right, so instead of just looking at things on the surface, I want to look at the surface and tell y'all the surface, but also tell y'all what I'm finding underneath. I like looking into the analytics, the statistics, the stats about players and teams, quarterbacks, wide receivers, even the O-line. I love to look at that and try to predict what next week's matchup's going to be like based on these stats. I may not always be right, but to me, that's what I love to do. That's my passion. So hopefully I'm able to bring in another sort of insight onto things. That's what I'm saying. I don't want this just to be a news podcast. I want this to be deep diving into the Houston Roughnecks. I'm just going to say the Roughnecks. The Roughnecks, deep diving into, matchups, player movement, potential trades, stuff like that. The opportunities are absolutely endless with this thing, all right? And +2 on Instagram. Make sure you do follow it. Instagram and Twitter will be in the description down below. But Instagram, I want to make power rankings, highlight reels, throwback moments, best plays of the week, predictions that I have. I want to create almost like a interweb of everything you want XFL Roughnecks, because that's one thing that as a Roughnecks fan I was missing. I was missing deep coverage on my favorite team like the NFL has. If you want NFL coverage, bam, there's hundreds of channels about your favorite NFL team that are trying to do what I'm doing here. So with this, I sort of want to fill in that void of sort of creating a bigger brand around the Roughnecks. I want to be your guy. I have it written down right here. I want to become your guy for everything Houston Roughnecks. Whether it's interviews, insights, predictions, news. I want to be your guy. All right? And I want to make this a community-based thing too. I'd love to bring y'all onto podcasts and ask y'all questions. I would love to answer y'all's questions, whether it be through Twitter or Instagram. Give me some criticism. Give me things you like, dislike, all that good stuff. I want y'all to have a voice in this too, because us Houston Roughnecks fans, and we're all family here. We're all brothers and sisters here, all right? So I want to make sure that y'all have a voice in this too. So do me a quick favor. Please subscribe to this channel right here, because this is where all my podcasts are going to go. And make sure you follow my Twitter and Instagram, which will still be in the description down below. And if you got more XFL Roughnecks fans, if you got more Roughnecks fans or even XFL fans, hey, share this channel, all right? There's nothing wrong with sharing this channel, because we got to get hyped for XFL 2023, February 2023 kicking off. I cannot be more excited. And +2, I am going to school, U of H. The Roughnecks are going to be playing on my campus at TDECU Stadium. So I'm going to have like live coverage there as well. Folks, I'm real excited for this. I hope you're real excited. I think we all should be excited. I'm hyped. We're all hyped. Because if you think about it, kickoff is only in a few months if you look at the whole scheme of things. You know, after winter's done, bam, XFL season. Can't wait. So, folks, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow my Twitter, and follow my Instagram. We're going to get things going on a hot start. Make sure you share this channel to all of your Roughnecks fans and friends, family, all that, whatever. Folks, thank you so much for watching. This is a 10-minute introduction video. Great. All right. Anyways, I will see y'all very soon on my next episode. Folks, have a great day, and let's go Roughnecks, baby. Let's go.